Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Boss Monster unboxing. So this is Boss Monster Rise of the Minibosses. It is the third standalone set. So you can buy regular base set Boss Monster 2 the next level, or Boss Monster Rise of the Minibosses, and it's your full game. It has all your bosses to play as, it has all your rooms, all your spells, all your heroes. You can mix and match pretty much any of them if you want, or you can buy one base game, buy one of the expansions or multiple expansions and mix them together. So it's definitely fun. The Boss Monster 1 and 2 mix together fairly well because they have the same thing. This game does add some new mechanics. So once it starts getting added in with a bigger base set, like anything when you add expansions that add new mechanics, the new mechanics are going to get lost a little bit more. Just add mini-bosses in here and coins, and you're going to hit them, probably activate this stuff a lot more if you're just playing the set, but all of a sudden you combine it with like 300 other cards, you're probably going to start running into an issue of getting it. So, I don't usually show off the inside of the box. I'm only showing this off because it actually has an extra little tray in here for the coins, which you're going to get, which, little pop-out things, little 8-bit coins, which play an effect in this game. And I do have another video where I talk about the travel box, and then one of the things in the expansion they have is, I also mentioned the paper and pixels pack, which has wants you to use counters and dice. And I did mention in that video about how I'm like, well, this game's like really travel, and the box is kind of meant for traveling, and also now you buy this pack and you have to carry around extra things. Well, now if you get this expansion, you're gonna have to carry a little bag, your little container as well. So we'll kind of see how that fits. I'll have to see how that fits after I've done unboxing all the different games. See how well they fit in the actual storage box, and see how well I can fit these coins in there. If I just get like a little Ziploc baggie, so I have a bunch from like other games and stuff, or how they're gonna fit in there, because maybe they won't fit in there with all the other games. I'm not for sure. So here's our typical sheet, just explaining the rules. And the other thing, this is just only has the 4 main classes. The expansion that adds the explorers, or like the alien class, is not included in here. So now again, if you're adding 3 base sets to have the 4 main types, and you just add the one tiny little expansion which has the aliens are going to get even more lost. So it might be a thing if you only want to play with 1 base set, or just grab a handful of X number of cards or something. I'll have to see if they have a way explaining how to do this. So here's our instructions, just telling you, hey, you can play. It's the same as all the other ones, explaining how the game goes. If you want to know, go back and check out the first video, or like my gameplay video. So I'm not going to re-explain all the regular how to play everything. I do, however, want to explain the mini-bosses. So the mini-bosses are a new card type. They're in the room deck, but they're obviously not rooms. So what happens when you play them, instead of playing a room, you can play this face down on whatever room you want to modify. And then this card actually slides behind it. And actually they show a really good picture of it here. So you play it face down like you're gonna, like it's an advanced card. And then when you flip it over, you put that behind whatever card you want to gain, and it has a coin cost. And you have to pay that coin cost to basically hire the mini boss to be in your dungeon. If you don't pay it, they go away. So like, you can put it down if you just, it'll go away if you don't have a coin. You start the game with 3 coins though. And there is a rule you can do it says if you mix this with other sets, is to have a rule that you could, every turn you could discard like 1 card, to gain 1 coin. That way you can get them a little bit quicker than hoping to find other cards like this that actually give them. Then during your build phase, you can spend 1 coin to promote the boss to slide it up to its next level. And then you can also pay another coin to put it on to level 3. But once it does its level 3 ability, it goes back to level 1. So, like this particular one would allow this room to gain an extra cross per cleric. And when you level them up, once per turn, you can return a hero to your hero in your dungeon to town. And then if you pay for a third one, you look at your opponent's hand, take one spell or room card from them, and then you have to reset it back to level 1. And you can pay again to do the other 2 effects. Or you could pay just for the second one and leave it on the second one, or you could pay the one and just leave it on the first one. You don't have to do anything other than that. But otherwise than that, they're not considered room cards for purposes of destroying rooms or things like that. So here's all the other things, and the other, I don't think we've come across it yet. Bait, switch, variants. I think we missed coins, which is the other one I wanted to show. New mechanic, coins. Alright. New mechanic introduced represents currency. Bosses used to pay their minions and buy new traps indicated by the coin icon. Bosses start the game with 3. Coins are gained when certain room abilities are activated, such as Unstable Minds to destroy this to gain 3 coins. Coins are paid to promote mini-bosses or to power up certain room abilities. Any coins placed on a room card are lost if that room is covered up or destroyed. And then combining sets says, once per turn during the build phase, any player may discard 1 room to gain 1 coin. So it gives you some options there. Alright, so that's that. Let's hop right in. Let's look at our new heroes. I just want one other quick thing is they got this little sheet that came with showing off boss monster, the next level, all the different sets. Tools of hero kinds, crash landing, the collector's box, the playmat, and then they don't have the implements of destruction listed on here, so that may have came afterwards, or maybe after the sheet was printed. I do not own the playmat. I don't like the fact that it shows cards next to it, because that makes me wonder if there's promo cards with it. So I'm going to have to look at that. Because if there is, I will be buying playmats. My only issue with buying the playmat, I don't mind it. It's actually like a 2-player playmat there. So that's really fine. It's just if you have 4... The only kind of downside is if it's a 2-player mat, you have to have a small enough table to play 2 players right next to each other. Which if you're playing on like a regular... maybe like a regular coffee table or something, or a little dining table, that's probably fine. My gaming table is kind of big, and if people have like a traditional type gaming table, they can get kind of large. I don't know if I can you can see from one side to the other, because this is like a regular dining table that I've kind of converted that I haven't finished because I'm really lazy. Lazy making gaming videos for everybody. But no, it's a full-size table, so for me to put a little playmat in the center doesn't work. So there I almost need to have individual playmats for each person. Which is fine, but if you're going to have one with the specific locations where cards go, which this game, it's not hard. Boss monster, cards go to the left. So I don't really think you need a playmat. They're not bad to have, but I can just as easily get any type of playmat if I'm just worried about the cards sliding or whatever. Anywho, let's get on here. We have Gregor, the Death Knight. He kind of looks like Alphonse from Full Metal. Level up. For the rest of the game, once per turn, gain 1 gold when you kill a hero. Calabrese, the Pumpkin Queen. For the rest of the game, once per turn, you may discard a monster room to promote a mini-boss instead of paying money. Interesting. Oh, we have Belladonna, so she comes back. She was from the second set, I believe. For the rest of the game, once per turn, you may pay 2 money to force an opponent to discard a random spell. So they have a reoccurring character for each one? I wonder. Lamia, Mother of Monsters. For the rest of the game, gain 1 gold whenever you build a monster room. Oh yeah, we have King Croak back. World's Best Boss. For the rest of the game, mini-bosses you build start at level 2. Oh, that's crazy. He has got like people buried in the dirt. Ravenous, the Hungry Wolfman. For the rest of the game, once per turn, you may pay 2 coins to double the damage value of a monster room. Yep, that's nasty. Baron Hex, Sorcerobe Supreme. Level up. For the rest of the game, gain 1 money whenever you cast a spell. Oculus, the Dungeon Overseer. Kind of like a odd version of like a Beholder. For the rest of the game, draw a spell card when a hero dies in a room with a mini-boss. So it's just like a mini-boss spec, but it doesn't have coins. And then we have Kazana, Mistress of Wishes. Oh, so it's the genie, but now she's like out of her bottle. For the rest of the game, once per turn, you may pay 2 coins to draw a spell card. So I wonder what the ruling would be for playing bosses of the same name. I would imagine you just say no because there's 14 bazillion bosses, so you can just get around that. Ooh, Dr. Deadly, the Cobalt Genius. This is definitely a Dr. Wily reference. The skull ship and everything. For the rest of the game, whenever you gain 1 gold whenever you build a trap room. That's probably the one I would play. Scott, Monstrous Arbiter. For the rest of the game, your traps have +1 defense. Any opponent may give you 1 money to cancel this ability till the end of turn. That's mean. I love it. And then Creax, the Greedy Demon, or the Greedy Queen. For the rest of the game, once per turn, you may pay 2 to add 1 of any treasure type to any player's dungeon. I don't know which one of the. I know it's not Scott. I think it must be the dragon. Must be the one that was repeated. I don't remember that dragon though from anything else. Anywho, let's jump into our rooms. We got some cool new rooms. We have a cleric room, Spectral Bomb. You may destroy this room to force an opponent to discard a random spell card. So I think I've noticed they really haven't done the alternate art as much since the second set, which is fine though. I don't mind that. But maybe they'll go up more in this bigger set because there's more cards. But the expansions didn't really have that at all. Monster Academy. When you build or uncover this room, gain 2 gold for every mini boss you reveal from your hand. Yep, same artwork. Ancient guard towers, seems like a very Zelda thing. Once per turn, when you build this room, you may choose 1 opponent and give them 1 money to take 1 random spell from them. Oh, yep, and then here we got. Oh, you saw him. Tomb of Terrors. Oh, there's a skull in the back. You may discard this card from your hand to draw a room or spell card from the discard pile. The Imp Horde. Oh, we got the little imps from the first game. There's a little kobold hiding in there. Or maybe it's a skull. Once per turn, when an opponent discards a card, you may put it in your hand. Oh, the one ran away and the other one's carrying something over. I do like the callback to the old sets. Vampire Lab. When you build or uncover this room, you may discard a mini-boss to heal a wound. You stuck a heart in there and you got blood in it. That's clever. The Haunted Cavern, the little ghosts are back. Once per turn, you may pay 1 money to choose a hero at the entrance of your dungeon. It cannot enter your dungeon until the next turn. The Minion Clinic. It's the Neanderthal, and it looks like a mushroom. When you build this room, place up to 3 money on it. For each money you place, choose 1 card from the discard pile and put it into your hand. This room has -1 for every money on it. So basically, if there's nothing in there, it's 3, but you can drop it down to even 0 to gain 3 extra cards. Oh, and there's the doctor, Goblin Doctor. And the mushrooms, there. So either this is him before, or he got rid of the mushroom because he couldn't save him. Robber's Vault. When you build this room, exchange your hoard with another player even if you have no coins. Oh, Dang, that could be terrible. Alright, now we're to the fighters. The Minotaur Catacombs. Destroy this room to return a hero to the beginning of your dungeon. So it's like the other one, but he has 1 defense and you have to destroy, or 1 damage, you have to destroy it. The Goblin Market. When you build this room, whenever you build a room next to this room, gain 2 money. Nice. Got a slime jar. Some claws. Gambling counter. Power leech. If this room is the rightmost, if the room to the right of this is a monster, give that room +2. Awesome. Okay. Graboids. Gotcha. The Fetid Beast. Monster rooms may not be built adjacent to this room, but this room may be built adjacent to other monster rooms. Also, it kind of works like that other one. Similar. The Training Camp. Kind of neat. Little armored guys throwing stuff, doing stuff. Once per turn, you may discard a mini-boss to double your damage to one of your monster rooms till the end of turn. Ooh, a Shroom-Man Aviary. Oh, Flying Shroom-Man. You may discard a card from your hand to give a hero +3 till the end of turn. Oh, and there you landed. And then we have a Dragon's Nest. When you build or uncover this room until the end of the turn, give every other monster room in your dungeon +1 defense for every treasure icon that room has. Build or uncover this room. Oh, because then like the Dragon Hatchery and the Dragon Nursery gets so powerful because they would all... Nice, nice, nice. I love it. The Doppelganger Hive. This room has +1 for every hero that was lured into the dungeon this turn. Oh, let's see, now he looks like that guy. Fire Elemental. That's crazy. Once per turn, this hero survives this room, gain 2 money. So you throw this at the beginning. If they can somehow survive 4, you gain 2 money. Otherwise, it's probably going to hurt them because it's might kill them because it's 4 damage. The Mysterious Portal. When you build this room or uncover this room, you may discard a mini-boss to draw a spell. Alchemists Lab. Once per turn, when you cast a spell, gain 2 money. Cancelled spells are not cast. Let's see, turn the copper or whatever, the ignite there, into gold. It's an alchemist. The Black Market. Once per turn, when a room in any dungeon is destroyed, you may pay 1 money to draw a spell. There's little worm things everywhere, and then now they're... Oh, now they're... Oh, it's more of the market. I see. Like, that guy has a couple of things there, then he has some books, he has some different potions, he has some food. Neat. I like that. Mind Thresher. Ooh, it's a Cthulhu-ish monster. Once per turn, if a hero dies in this room, you may remove that hero from the game and draw 2 spell cards. And then they turn around and look at him. And he has dark patterns behind him. The Cursed Well. Oh no, not the Cursed Well. Poor Kimmy. You may discard this card from your hand to draw a spell card or gain 2 money. Oh, and then the Samaria is crawling out. That's awesome. I figured it was probably a Ring reference, but you know. The Loot Box. When you build this room, you may pay 2 and draw 2 spell cards. You may not build this room without paying its cost. Okay, so when you do build this, you have to pay 2 and draw 2 spells. You do not have an option. And you can sell the symbol changed in there. The Crystal Ballroom. When you build it, it's another party room. You make a party scene out of your dungeon. When you build this room, place up to 3 money on it. For each money you have, place one spell card in this room. Has -1. Okay, so the cleric one had one. Or had the healing hospital, and now you have that one. Effort's Chamber. Once per turn, when a hero is in the entrance of your dungeon, you may draw a spell card to give this room -2. Or discard a spell room to give this +2. Choices. I like choices. You can draw a card, or you can discard a card. Otherwise, you can just not do anything and leave it at 2. Magipede. This room has +1 for every spell card in your hand. Alright, now we're going to get to the clerics. And actually have the mini-bosses are last. That's why we haven't come across them yet. They put them at the end of the rooms. So we have Delver's Quarry. When you build this room or uncover it, draw a room. The Garbage Chute from Star Wars. Oh, there's the Prince's Throne from the one spell card. Interesting, there's like a magical hat. Once per turn, when a room is destroyed, gain 2 money. Oh, and there's dropping another hat down there. Unstable Mine. You may destroy this room to gain 3 money. Oh, and then it collapsed. I feel like thieves have the most ones because they're all lots of trap rooms. The Sawtooth Pendulum. So the Jigsaw, maybe. Once per turn, you may pay 1 money or kill a hero in this room with 3 or less health. I'm just showing the blade swinging across. The Catapult with an Birdo Squig. Or a Cubert Squig, maybe. It's a squig with a face. 1 turn, you may discard a mini-boss to deactivate a room in the opponent's dungeon. Aha, she's saying a mini-boss. She's like, and go. So hopefully that's one of the mini-bosses we come across. The Endless Gallery. You may destroy this room to add 1 treasure of any type to any player's dungeon until the end of turn. And it's just more pictures in there. It's an Endless Gallery. It'd be neat if they had like 4 of that one. The Paywall. Once per turn, any player may give you any number of money. For every money they give you, this room gains -1. We have the Living Trap. Oh, the guy's stuck in his belly. When you may destroy a monster room in your dungeon to kill a hero in this room. And we have the Dreadmill. Once per build phase, place a money on this room. This room has +1 for every money on it. You cannot place a coin on this. Destroy it. You can't pay its cost. It goes away. Alright, then we have some universal rooms. Personal office. Once per turn, gain 1 money when an opponent plays or promotes a mini-boss. Oh, and that's another person coming up to complain. I think he's like, where's my spear? And then this guy's like, I'm stuck in a trap. The Trophy Room. Oh, we've seen that cape before. I don't know, we've probably seen the sword. I don't recognize the mask, though, from anything. When you build or uncover this room, gain 1 money for every multi-treasure room in your dungeon, including this one. Oh, and they're like, the cape is rotating. The Lightning Rod. Once per turn, if a hero dies in this room, gain 3 money. And it went crazy. Static Orb. The Pixie Fountain. You may destroy this room and gain money for every wound you have. I'm just kind of moving around. The Keystone. You may destroy this room to gain 1 money for every room remaining in your dungeon. Neat. Like, they're lit up, they're not lit up. And then finally we have, there's got glowing eyes and not glowing eyes. Kind of, you stepped out of, in more definition, you stepped out of the shadows. Pool of Shadows. Once per turn, you may discard a spell card to gain 2 money. Alright, so that is all of our rooms. So we've got our heroes done. We've done our rooms. Now let's look at our mini-bosses. So we're going to have Spike. And these aren't linked to any specific class type. So this room has +1 health. Once per turn, discard a card, do 2 damage to a hero in this room, or choose a mini-boss. Return that card to its owner's hand, reset to level 1. Kid Croak, I love it. Like Kid Koopa, Baby Koopa. Once per turn, during your build phase, you may switch the position of any 2 rooms in any dungeon. Give all monster rooms in one dungeon +1 or -1 until the end of turn. Dracula. These are kind of mimicking, like the kids based off the first series is what it looks like. And so we've seen this. And once per turn, you may have return a hero in your dungeon to town. Look at your opponent's hand. You may take 1 spell or room card and reset this to level 1. We have Rocky. You may build any room on top of this one, regardless of the treasure icon. When a hero dies in this room, you may treat another room in your dungeon as just built. Okay, so you activate the build effect. And then give 1 hero in any dungeon +5 till the end of turn. Cerebella. Oh, she's got a little bow. This room gains a book. When a hero dies in this room, you may draw a spell card. Choose a dungeon. Heroes ignore all ability text in that dungeon until the end of turn. Paddywhack. This room gains Thief. Once per turn, when you gain 1 or more money, gain 1 extra money. Kill a hero in this room. That's it. He's just, boom. Oh, here we go. You've seen this guy on one of the other cards. The Mega Man guy. Icicle Man. This room has +1 beef, or +1 attack. Ignore the ability text of any hero or epic heroes in or at the entrance of your dungeon. So it kind of like does the freeze effect on them. Deactivate a room in any dungeon until the end of turn. I like it. Mage Seeker. This room has +1 for every treasure icon it has. Once per turn, you may discard a spell card to cancel an opponent's spell. And choose a dungeon. Until the end of turn, heroes entering that dungeon skip the first room. Here's the other guy that was in the training room. Brass Knuckle. This room has +1. Once per turn, when a hero dies in this room, you may draw a room card. You may immediately build that room. Double this room's damage until the end of turn. And then finally we have Jinx. Draw an extra room at the beginning of the build phase, then discard a room. Double this room's treasure value. It has 1 extra copy of each printed treasure icon it has. Or choose a hero in town, place at the entrance of your dungeon. Neat. Yes, and mini bosses are actually kind of cool. Like with their extra effects and stuff. They don't seem like they'd be too hard to get out. Alright, let's look at our spells, and then we can get eventually to our heroes. We have Windfall. If you have no coins, gain in your hoard, which is where you keep your coins, gain 3 coins. There's pulling money off of there. Internship. Oh, it's just different monsters from the game. I love it. Place the top 3 cards of the room deck in the discard pile. If one of those is a mini boss, you may immediately build it in addition to the normal build. Like, I hope now seeing this, like later they have these 3 guys as mini bosses. That'd be cool. Oh, dude, there's more. There's the, he's got like a Hawaiian shirt on. Imp the Slime. I love it. The Spirit Dragon. Choose a room in any dungeon until the end of your turn. It has 1 of each treasure type instead of its normal treasure. And there's just, it's moving forward. We have Sabotage. Why are they wearing little suits? I don't know. Suits and sunglasses. Choose a room until the end of the turn has no ability text. Or if you have more mini-bosses than your opponent, deactivate that room till the end of turn. There, he hammered it right on the side. And then the fire coming out. Glass is all cracked and destroyed. Rage. Choose a mini-boss. For every level that mini-boss has, give the room +1 until the end of turn. And if you have only one mini-boss, you may then double the damage of that room. Oh, it's kind of where he turns, like, flashes red, like the old bosses do. We have Ambush. You may discard 2 monster rooms or 1 monster mini-boss card to kill 1 hero in your dungeon. Rebirth. Choose a player, including yourself. That player discards their hand and then draws runes and spells equal to the number of each they discarded. Yeah, so there's a spell card in one of the item cards, or an item that works just like that too. Like the 1-up card. Not the 1-up, there's a different one that worked like that. Here we have Smash, or the Brass Knuckles. 2 damage. Deal 2 damage to a hero in your dungeon, or deal 4 damage to a hero in that room that contains a mini-boss. Oh boy, he just obliterated him right off the edge. Nice. Pay to win. Choose a room, gain +1 until the end of your turn, plus an additional 1 for each money you pay when you cast this spell. Oh, I love it. He's just becoming like a gold armored floating savant, and then the other guy is just it's the guy from the first game that's standing there in his underwear, like the goblins and ghouls guy. Here we have the zoning board. For your build this turn, you may build an advanced room on top of any other room, ignoring matching treasure or icon requirements. The kobolds are about to drop a trap thing on a marketplace. Oh, and they did. I should have seen that one coming. I just thought, alright. We have Respawn. Treat all your rooms as if they were just built. Showing everyone popping out of those warp pipes. Heist. Choose a room in any dungeon. Until the end of your turn, ignore that room's treasure icons. This Kid Croak stealing Patty Wax treasure pot. I like that. The mini bosses are like fighting. Oh no, it's the Dr. Destructo guy, the Cobalt. Choosing an opponent casting a spell. Until the end of that turn, that opponent must pay money for each spell they wish to cast. If they cannot, that spell is cancelled. Oh, and you just zap the crap out of him. Oh, I feel bad for that little guy. Ooh, I like this. It's kind of like the mini bosses are fighting each other. Traitor. Choosing an opponent's mini boss, you may pay that opponent 1 coin per that mini boss's level to take it. And immediately build it at the same level. You may not build a room this turn. So he's got the icicle man shooting the wolf boss. I like it. Oh, he froze him in the ice cube. Then we have Armor Up. Give a hero +1 till the end of turn, 1 health till the end of turn, and give that hero an additional +2 for every coin you spend while casting it. And then now he's got full armor, and I like glasses on there, make it seem like Cappy, sort of, like from Mario. Alright, that is all of our spells. Alright, onward towards our ordinary heroes. So we have Felicity, Joyful Nurse, who's our cleric. Felicity is an accomplished hero, sworn pacifist. If she had her way, she'd be healing monsters instead of fighting them. Nurse Joy from Pokemon. I'm not sure where the Felicity part comes in, off the top of my head. Wolfhard, teen hero. This young paladin fights all evil things, both ordinary and strange. When his friends are in need, nothing can stop him. This is a reference to Stranger Things, and I believe, and the character, or one of the actors on there, whose last name is Wolfhard, or Wolfhart, I don't remember exactly. I never watched Stranger Things, but I think that's what this is a reference to. Holkin, the Profiteer. Holkin played many roles: cleric, writer, dungeon delver, employer, and freestyle rapper, but he prefers to think of himself as an adventurepreneur. Where if it's like Holkin, like Tolkien, is what I'm wondering. Like Tolkien that wrote the Lord of the Rings. Lutz, merciful healer. Lutz is a fast-paced heroine who brings good vibrations and powerful healing to any battle. When Lutz is around, heroes only sometimes die. It looks like Lucario, or Luke, I'm probably pronouncing that from Overwatch, because it's like the African-American character with the green outfit, but I could be completely wrong. Here we have a Dark Hero. So these guys are the ones that have no text. They're a special class type of the Inquisitor, so it's not just a cleric. It still follows the cleric treasure type, but it's not a cleric type. Once per turn, each opponent may pay any number of money to give this hero +1 for spent till the end of turn. So the other game that had these, the Boss Monster 2, was you could discard a treasure of that type to give them, I think, 3 bonus. Here it gives you an option to play them however you need to. And then we have another cleric. We have Josie the Vampire Slayer. Josie claims to have vanquished hundreds of vampires. It's hard to know, though. She's not just a slayer of the undead, but a master storyteller as well. Obviously a Buffy the Vampire reference, but I wonder if Josie is something else. Maybe I don't recognize. Fighters, we have Tess, the Dwarven Shield Maiden. Tess risk management to becoming an adventurer. Traveling with a group of warrior women, Tess is yet to find a dungeon or cavern she can't leave in ruins. Not really sure on that one. Oh my gosh. Steve the Human. For Steve, anytime is the right time to go on an adventure. He may seem like a normal kid, but Steve and his friends will always find a way to save the day. So this looks like a combination of Steven Universe, because it's like the t-shirt and like the sword kind of looks like crystally, and Jake the Human from Adventure Time. So lots of these are combinations of things. I just don't always know what both combinations are. Rogut, the half-giant berserker. Rogut has the strength of his giantess mother and the courage of his human father and the drinking skills that brought an unlikely pair together. I have no idea. Rogut. I'm definitely gonna have to like look lots of these up. I might have to do a video at some point, like with pictures showing who these guys all are. So Maxine, Sister of Steel. When her homeland was destroyed by an apocalyptic magic, Maxine donned the sealed armor of her ancestors and set out to return to the land. So I don't know what the Sisters of Steel part is, but the Max would be Mad Max reference. We have the Dark Hero Sellsword. Once per turn, each opponent may pay any number of coins to give this hero +1 per number of coins spent. And our final fighter is Joe the Smith. From training dragons to building golems, this blacksmith is up for any adventure, and when all hell breaks loose, he'll be right in the eye of the storm. Oh my gosh. That's literally a Transformer reference right there. I don't know what Joe the Smith is supposed to be referencing necessarily. But that last line, when all hell is breaking loose, he'll be right in the eye of the storm. That is from The Touch by Stan Bush, which is in the Transformer movie. That's, oh my god. So I read that, I'm like, oh, I got that. We have a mage here. We have Eli Maraborn. Touched by fire, this auburn-haired sorcerer fights with a bow, blade, and magic. Whether defending her tribe or battling witch hunters, Ella is a fearsome heroine. Alright, I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure what some of these are. Exalted the Mind Mage. No one really knows where is problem. Some claim she escaped the dark dimension that breeds monsters. Some say she's one of those monsters herself. I think that's also a Stranger... I wonder if it's a Stranger Thing reference to the 11 character. I'm not for sure. We have Celebrina Familiar. A magical prodigy from adolescence. Celebrina has both served and been served by the most supreme sorcerers in his land. There's clearly a Sabrina the Teenage Witch reference, and then I'm not sure what it's mixed with. Oh boy. Bros, the illusionist adept. The illustrious, unshakable optimism gets him through the darkest dungeon. Is that a dark, forbidding forest you see? Or is it just a happy little tree? This is clearly a Bob Ross reference. I'm not sure if the illusionist adept is. My guess is it's a Magic the Gathering character. I know there's a character that's illusionist adept subtype, but I can't think of what it is. Here we got the Alchemist, which is clearly Egbert Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist. The once per turn, pay 1 gold to give him 1 health. Dolbacor, Born of the Dragon. Legends will tell of a hero who saved or doomed the Northern Lands. Dolbacor, a half-dragon wielding words of power and may be the one to fulfill the prophecy. So this is an Elder Scrolls reference to the Dragonborn, and I'm not sure what else he's mixed with. And maybe it's just supposed to be a dragon reference versus a human. We have Tiboth the Spy, part of once the great empire. Tiboth's people have traveled in pursuit of new lands, and many have died in pursuit of dark secrets. He also reminds me of the cat from Elder Scrolls. The Steel Mouser. His boon companion was killed by Ravenous in an army of vermin. Now the Mouser uses witch to enchanted Mecha and reap his revenge. So the Mousers are like Ninja Turtles reference. But I'm not sure what it's mixed with. Makes me intrigued on some of these. We get Cobalt. Ulfcroak, the vengeful Hanged Maiden. Oh, Hangmaid's Tale. We're going that way. Abducted, made to serve most of the hideous boss of the land. Ulfcroak escaped her and now hunts those who have wronged her. Coco the Piper. Maybe good, and maybe a god, maybe just a charlatan. When the Piper arrives, it's wise to hide their children and their values, like the Pied Piper reference. We have one more dark hero. We have the Scoundrel. Once per turn, gain 1 health for each money spent. We have our last thief hero, Marmo, Master of Dreams. Marmo uses dreams to slip in and out of dungeons, stealing what he likes, and searching for his long-lost mother. And then finally, we have the Fool again. This is our 3rd time getting the Fool. The Fool is lured to the dungeon of the player with the fewest souls, so he's in both base sets. Now the 3rd one is finally actually dropped off the edge. He is also, I believe, in Heroes of Tool Kind, as with an item he has this Superstar. And then now we have our epic heroes. So we have we're starting back with clerics. We have Hazel, the Half Angel. Born of 2 races and 2 spirits, Haze, I said Hazel first, Haze, represents the best of both. After traveling the stars, she returned to Arcadia to finish what her parents could not. The Overseer. The mysterious Overseer never speaks, but legends say that he searches Arcadia's dungeons looking for his lost tribe and hoping to unearth the glory of a bygone age. Epic hero, epic hybrid hero. So we have the Paladin. He's lured to the dungeon with the highest combined cleric and fighter treasures. This hero has +1 for every coin you have. Sorry, every soul you have. Kovrian the Executioner, giving over the Guild of the Blessed Release. As a child, Kovrian tries to be the tough, but just when it comes to the boss of Arcadia, however, he is without mercy. We have our fighters. Vraka, the combat instructor. Vraka is a master of slaying dragons, beasts, and demons. No fan of idle conversation. He's totally dedicated to training the next generation of heroes. He looks kind of like God of War. Kratos. This clearly looks like One Punch Man's Saitama. Yeah. Zhang Yi, one kick woman. How do you become the finest martial in Arcadia? You train day and night. You train. Relic Hunter. This hero skips every room in your dungeon that has more than one treasure type. Cena, the invisible wrestler. Oh, John Cena. That's funny. This roll-licking fanfare greets his arrival, and the superb warrior can't be seen. Zutara, the element master. There are few who can bend even one element to their will, let alone all four. So this is an Avatar reference. Korra, probably. Might just be Avatar in general, but... Mortimer, the evil genius. Not all heroes in Arcadia are in it to do good. There are those who serve their own ends, working secretly behind the scenes, orchestrating chaos. So this is Evil Morty reference. Created by the Portal, the Eye Patch, Mort. Kind of odd choice not to do a regular Rick and Morty, but to do an Evil Morty. Warlock. When this hero is in your dungeon, you may discard X spells to give this hero -X. The Mage. Shinguru the Spellbinder. This old enchanter is a child at heart. He sells magic masks and change your identity to your world, even your life. This is Shigeru Miyamoto, guy that created Mario. He also created Link, and this is based off Majora's Mask. Kind of like a Mario-esque face, a Link-esque face, and I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be off the top of my head. Moran, the Master of Keys. Moran getting asked to become the Master of Keys, but now he's the one who decides whether to open the darkest doors or keep them shut. I wonder if this is a Keyblade reference. Oh, no. I was thinking this was Kingdom Hearts. It is not. This is Ghostbusters. This is Rick Moranis. Moran. And he is... I am the Keymaster. I am the Gatekeeper. Are you the Keymaster? There we go. Oh, boy, that's... I love it. I love it. Marsden, Reformed Outlaw. Some may or may do good, some do evil, and some just have to choose between the two. I can't think of what this is from. Marsden, it sounds familiar. Possibly... Westworld, might be. I might be wrong on that. We have our epic hybrid hero, Tax Collector. When this hero is in your dungeon, you may pay X to give this hero -X health. Here we have Patros, Dwarven Noble, a sharp mind and a stout body. Patros had to make his own way in the world. When asked the secret to thieving success, I slink and then I throw things. This is clearly Peter Dinklage's character on Game of Thrones. I don't know what his name is. And then our final one, the Progenators. When the heroes enter town, place one coin on all heroes already in town. The boss who slays each hero may claim its coin as a reward. The Progenators are lured to the dungeon with the player with the most treasure icons. And my assumption would be this would be the parents of the brothers' wives, because they have their card as the brothers. The Progenators are usually the parents. That would be my guess there. All right, well that was a lot of cool, interesting stuff in there. A lot of callbacks to the older games. Sex Boss Monster, Rise of the Minibosses. Definitely had some new elements. Really be fun to play, try out the Minibosses. And one thing I've kind of mentioned in the other games, and it just sort of maybe dawned on me now, is I do realize that like all the heroes have the same health. They're always 2, 4, 6, 8, and then it's 13s and 11s, except for the dark heroes, which all have 12, and the big boss one has the big one has 20. And I said, wouldn't it have been cool if they had them like even in one, odd in the other, versus you could mix and match them. But in realistic, it makes sense to have them all be the same, because you could count it up and say, let's say you're playing a 3-player game and you need to have, or say you're playing a 4-player game and you need to have 20 bosses, 5 of each type. You could pull some from this game, some from that game, some from the other game, and basically just keep the health the same. There's 4 characters with 4 health. You could pull out 2 from one game, put one each from each of the other games, and keep the same total number of cards in the deck, but without changing the thing, versus just maybe mashing them all up. So that might be one way they like to mix and match all these cards, like all the spells and stuff. Because clearly, if you add like the mini bosses into this set, or if you add like the crash landing explorer characters or some of the tools and stuff, well, the tools maybe not as much, but the other classes, decks, if you just keep adding everything together, you're gonna end up with a pile like up to half your table height, and you're just never gonna get through anything. You're never gonna find might not find cool combos or something that references stuff as much, but you can pull stuff in and out very easily. Just make sure, like, hey, we're supposed to have 5 advanced traps and 5 or 6 base rooms or whatever for the fighter class. Just make sure when you get to the end you have roughly that amount. If you add a few more, it's fine. We just gotta keep them even. So that's what we got